Hello, dear students. I am Samir Velankar and I welcome you all to this eighth video on recursive functions in C. In this video, we will see GATE 2018 question on recursion. In this program, early in the program, there is a global variable declared. We have seen this global variable, local variable, or you can say this is external variable in the earlier videos where we saw fundamentals on function. There is a global variable called counter which is initialized to 0, and this variable can be utilized anywhere in the program, either in main or in calc function. So here I will set aside one variable called counter equal to 0, and listen, anyone can access this. Any part of the program can access this particular variable. Now the question asked in the gate was, what is the output of this? I have not shown the options because anyway we have to scan this program and see what is the output, and we will be correct obviously. So let's start tracing the program from main. In main there is a function called calc, and calc is called by passing 4 and 81. Now 4 goes in A, first parameter 4 will go in A, and second parameter 81 will go in B. So we will work out with this function as usual, showing that calc is running with A comma B, the two parameters, but A being 4 and B being 81. Now if you read the function carefully, there is a variable called C declared here, but this C is local to calc. So whenever calc function will run, it will declare its own C for its own use. This is the auto variable or local variable. The next line has counter plus plus. So we should now use this global variable, and counter increases by 1. Next line is B equal to 3, but B is too big. B is 81. B at the moment isn't 3, isn't it? So else will run, and check the pointer here, else will run, and these two lines will run because they are inside the else. And it says this local variable C should become equal to recursive call calc A comma B upon 3. So let's write int C should become equal to calc, this is the recursive call, calc A comma, now A is 4, comma, yes, A is 4, so the same A is passed, and comma B upon 3. Now B upon 3 is 81 upon 3, isn't it? So this 81 upon 3 will be passed, 81 upon 3, and 3 2s are 6, 3 7s are 21. So 27 is going to be passed. So let's now call this recursive call. Calc now gets called with A comma B again. These are the two parameters. Yes, A and B are the two parameters, but what are the parameters now? First parameter is still 4. There is no change made to the first parameter, but the second parameter is no more 81, it is 27. So let's start this function all over again. A is 4 and B is 27. Now read the function carefully, calc function. In that there is a local declaration int C again. So every function will maintain its own local variable C. Next line after int C is counter plus plus. Check the pointer place after declaring C, counter plus plus. So we are going to update our counter, and we are going to say counter has now become 2. The next line is again checking, is B equal to 3? No way, B is 27 right now, is it? So else will run, and obviously these two lines will again run, these two lines. So now C, the local C here, is becoming equal to recursive call function calc A comma, now A is 4, comma B upon 3, but B is this time 27, 27 upon 3. So this is going to be 9. So this recursive call now takes all over. Calc A comma B, A is 4 and B is 9. So let's start all over again. This second parameter over here, first parameter is still 4, but the second parameter is no more 27, but it's 9. If you start this function, you will see that there is again a local C declared, and then counter plus plus. Check the pointer place. Counter plus plus. That means counter, the global counter is now becoming 3. Now becoming 3. Next line is if b is equal to 3. But b isn't 3, b is 9 now. So else will again run and these two lines will run. But the first line is recursive call. So C becomes equal to, here we go, C equal to calc A comma A is still 4 comma B upon 3, that is 9 upon 3, which is 3. Let's go to this recursive call. Now calc has got called with A comma B, A being 4 and B being 3. Now something interesting starts, isn't it? When this calc runs, again C is declared, no doubt. This calc will also have int C. And the next line, check the pointer place. Next line is counter plus plus. So counter is going to become 4. Next line is checking, is B equal to 3? Well, B is 3 now. Check this. Latest call in which we are. B is 3. So the function, here we go. So the function now returns A cube. And A cube is 4 into 4 into 4. So 4 into 4, 16. 16 into 4, 64. So now the function, now this function is going to return, 64. I hope you are understanding. So recursion stops when B is 3. When B is 3, there is no calc call. Oh, I'm so sorry. Wait a minute. When B is 3, there is no recursive call and the function returns A cube. A cube is 4 into 4 into 4. It returns 64. Now come to the basics. If any function returns a value, then that function simply ends. Simply ends. Or you can think like this, that if B is 3, it has returned A cube and else doesn't run. Check the pointer place. This else doesn't run, and after all, after that, there is only end of the function. So the function calc 4 comma 3 has returned 64 and the calling function will resume, isn't it? The calling function resumes, and what has the function returned? 64. 64 is returned at the call. And now the interesting part is C becomes 64. Still the story has not finished. Check that. This line said C should become equal to result of calc. So C has become 64 and now it is saying return C into C into C. Isn't it so? So the function is returning 64 into 64 into 64, right? So the function now returns 64 cube. Let's not calculate it. 64 cube it is returning. And the function ends, isn't it? After this return, there is only end brace, and the function ends. Now the function, the previous function will get called, and the function has now returned 64. 64 will get returned at the call. So in this function, C becomes 64. Sorry, 64 cube. I'm so sorry. 64 cube gets returned, isn't it? At this call, and the function will now return C into C into C. That is 64 cube into 64 cube into 64 cube. That is 64 raised to 3 plus 3 plus 3. That will be 9. So, and this function will end returning 64 raised to 9 here. What's going on? 64 raised to 9 is returned at the call. 64 raised to 9 will be returned at the call. And C becomes 64 raised to 9 now. And finally it returns C into C into C. So that means this function returns 64 raised to 9 into 64 raised to 9 into 64 raised to 9. Whatever is this value will be returned back here. But you notice in main, when we get back this value, we are doing nothing with that value. We are not storing this value anywhere. Well, when we come back to the function, when we come back to main function, we observe that, good lord, we were only supposed to print the value of the counter after the function ends, and the value of the counter is 4. See, everybody will get worried about these large values which the function is returning. One might think, oh my god, how am I going to calculate such big values? But we don't need that value. In fact, the value returned by the calc function is simply thrown out. This value is never stored anywhere, and main was only interested in printing the value of the counter, and counter is 4. So who cares what is this 64 raised to 9 into 64 raised to 9 into 64 raised to 9? So hence the answer, the output of this is going to be 4. The trick here, that the most difficult part over here to understand was, wait a minute, the most difficult part here, oh, sorry for this. The most difficult part over here to understand was, first of all, you should have observed this. What is the main printing on returning? When main is printing counter, who cares what happens when the function ends and what value it returns? So very early, you could tick that the output is going to be 4. Output is 4 because after all, we are just printing the value of the counter. I hope you have understood what this program was all about, and bit tricky it was about return values because return values were very large, but we never needed them. Thank you very much.